such a fail. We're all still here. We're not going away. Personally, I'm not ashamed to be here today with these fine patriots. In fact, I'm proud. I'm proud to be on the correct side of history. I've seen a bunch of masks already today in the crowd. I bet they're Antifa. Big surprise. Why do you need to wear a mask if you're so righteous? If you're here to protest peacefully, why do you need to cover your face? I heard that masked dirtbags threw bottles of piss at Boston police back in August. I've seen videos of it. Peaceful citizens were harassed and assaulted. Rights were violated by masked rioters and by city authorities. Why? Because we've been lied to. You've been lied to. Everybody here has been lied to. These lies get repeated by the press, and then people get physically harmed because of it. Sometimes people die, like the tragedies we've seen all across the world, leading Charlottesville.
So I wrote one about the free speech.
It's all hatred. Anytime people engage in violence, it's because of hatred. And it's usually because they have information that's untrue. So, Antifa, I appeal to you. Take off your masks and try talking to us for once. I promise we're friendly, we won't bite.
Amen.
Don't be intimidated by my bald head. It's because I'm balding that I shave my head, not because of any other reason. I personally attend college right here in Boston, and I'm happy to talk with every single one of you if we need to in order to have positive dialogue. We're right here in the heart of Boston. It's pretty much the birthplace of this country. So much history has happened right underneath our feet. Believe it or not, you're a part of history by being here today. This movement's just getting started. August was the free speech shot heard around the world. And this is a rally for the Republic. Heed its call. Judging from the negative media coverage, the constant hatred, pardon me, I'm stuttering, it's a little chilly. As I was. Judging from the negative media coverage, the constant hatred coming from protest groups, the never-ending barrage of political corruption, we have a need to protect speech. Once again, Boston will step up and we won't stand down. We have an incredible lineup of speakers. I'm still impressed by everybody who's joining us today. We don't all agree on things. In fact, we all identify from all over the political spectrum. One organizer is an open socialist. We had Ronaldo de Gallo, a Bernie Sanders supporter. We have a pro-Trump, build-the-wall kind of guy. And me, I'm a libertarian who believes in minimal government and things like consuming cannabis shouldn't be criminalized. Crazy, I know. Clearly, we don't agree on everything, but we all agree on this. The importance of speech, our fundamental right to ask questions and to demand answers. It cannot be lost. For anyone to advocate for that which is righteous, we must protect the rights of those who advocate for otherwise. Patriots willing to shed blood, sweat, and tears, just to demonstrate how important speech is. They are not Nazis. I'm almost done, I swear. I'm real wordy. I can't help it. I just read a first-hand account of Primo Levi, a Jewish survivor of Auschwitz. The absolute horror that people went through. Absolutely innocent people. So many suffered at the hands of Nazis. These Nazis utterly destroyed so many lives and forever changed how the world views evil. This Jewish Holocaust survivor talked about when he first arrived at Auschwitz, Nazis would direct Jews from the trains to either the gas chambers on one side or to the work camps on the other, and it depended on physical stature, age, gender, etc. Towards the end, they gave up on this. When the trains would pull up into Auschwitz, they would just open the doors, And whatever way the people went when they got off the trains determined their fate. It's amazing. The horror cannot be fathomed what these people went through. No matter how many books I read or how many documentaries I see, I'm never going to be able to understand it. When you come out here and you call freedom-loving patriots Nazis just for asserting their right to speech, for defending your right to speech, you demean the memory of everyone who died in those concentration camps. You demean the memory of everyone who died cold and alone in bombed out cities. And you demean everyone who swore an oath to our Constitution and all the sacrifices made in the process. Please, I implore you, do some reflection on your positions. No matter if you're, quote, with us or against us, hear what the speakers here have to say today and judge them accordingly. At the conclusion of this rally, go home peacefully and don't attempt to harm or obstruct anyone else in the protest. My time is up. I can go on and on all day long, but there's no need. Y'all get it. Someday soon, likely in the spring, we're going to be here again, doing our thing. And I hope you join us in the spring when it's a little warmer. And don't forget why we're here today. To protect speech. In case you forgot, my name is Samson Rajabi. I genuinely thank you all for coming out today. And please feel free to be in touch. Thank you. Mic drop.
Awesome, everyone. I am Mark. I am the lead organizer for this. I was working with Kyle Chapman for Resist Marxism, and we are back in Boston.
Good. How are you?
Today, I want to welcome you to the Rally for the Republic. Free speech is alive in Boston.
Yes, sir.
So some of you may have attended the last free speech rally in August. Mayor Marty Walsh, Commissioner Evans, and other city officials were responsible for encouraging the violence that occurred that day. We are all familiar with what the mayor said about us. It was slanderous lies. Today we will demonstrate that the lies of Mayor Marty Walsh and the violence of those mobs will not silence free speech in Boston. Mayor Walsh, we call upon you to apologize for slandering our fellow Americans. In August, you claimed that hate groups were coming to Boston, but it was nothing but a bald-faced lie. Whether out of willful ignorance or to further your political ambitions, your lies have caused innocent harm to innocent Americans in both their personal and professional lives. Your deplorable actions brought violence to the city you are supposed to represent. Mayor Walsh and the fascist mobs who threaten free speech rights should be ashamed. You will not stop us, and freedom of speech will prevail.
Thank you, Mark. Free speech! The next speaker is Steve Baldessari, who runs a Facebook page and YouTube channel, American Patriots for God and Country. He also founded a Facebook group named Citizens for Constitutional Freedom Support Rally, which is dedicated to national
the federal case in Western Springfield, analysis of the mayor, Richard Superior Court for license this brand new box.
Recently started this meeting the Second Amendment rally and Cross the Border Trump rally at the Massachusetts State House.
Thanks for talking to us.
Very welcome. Okay.
And is the speaker of the Mother of All rallies in Washington, D.C. Steve has sponsored a child in Haiti for over 10 years through World Vision, and this year he assisted in Florida and Puerto Rican hurricane relief. His intense, passionate Christian patriot who loves his country and truly cares about the politics of his area. The past year, he has received numerous threats of violence on social media and defamed, even fired from his job for standing up for his Christian and conservative beliefs. But despite it all, he refuses to quit and will never give up on America. Without further ado, please welcome Steve Baldessari, for American Patriots for God and Country.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for showing up today. I'm pleased to be here with you and to have a voice to
before you today as a free American patriot, as a voice of reason in a time dominated by the unreasonable. I'm not here just to represent myself, but rather to share knowledge, wisdom, and to speak truth on behalf of we the people of these United States of America. So please, I implore you, whoever has an ear to hear, let him hear. For far too long, we on the right have been deliberately mislabeled by the likes of the mainstream media, liberals, communists, socialists, Muslims, domestic terrorist groups like Black Lives Matter and Antifa, and by deep state government operatives at the local, state, and federal levels. Like clockwork, you hear unwarranted outrage from affiliates of those groups in this crowd, as if what I'm saying isn't true. Similar to undisciplined children, they throw temper tantrums, scream at the sky in a demonic fit of rage, and repeatedly yell words like hate and shame. They typically follow that up by throwing around labels like fascists, Nazis, racist, and bigots until enough people either get sick of it and give in to their demands or get completely brainwashed and join them. Democrat Mayor Marty Walsh himself, as one of my friends up here mentioned already, inaccurately said things like, "We will not welcome what he described as hate groups in Boston." Obviously, we're not hate groups. He's just drinking the Kool-Aid. Since when are groups that are standing for their freedom hate groups? Since when are mass criminals who assault people exercising their freedoms and who attack cops who are just doing their jobs, since when are those people considered to be the people that our government should stand with? It's insanity. That warped view of who we on the right are explains why Mayor Marty Walsh, coupled with the Boston Parks and Recreation Department, would unnecessarily and unconstitutionally deny us permits. Therefore, we had gone ahead with planning our event, assuming we would just be approved for the permits, because we had applied, and when we applied, there was nothing on the schedule saying that this day was taken. And yet suddenly they booked it up for an event that was in the morning and told us all that we wouldn't be able to have our event and that it would be, getting in the way of the other morning event that would be ended around noontime, which was right at the time we would start our event. No matter how you look at it, guys, there's some unconstitutional bidding here by our own government. But that's par for the course from the left. We see that every day, and it's becoming more and more prevalent. And you can see all the different scandals and such that are out there from the left and the right these days. There's too much corruption and it has to stop. Now they'll twist the story and tell a different tale, of course. They'll tell a story to the liberal mainstream media, and the media will be surely happy to push that story for them. One that indicates that we were rejected permits because of the, just the rally and they were just doing stuff constitutionally. But that's not exactly what's happening. So, Marty Walsh, your role as the mayor, as the head of the city, is to officially speak for both the government and the community as a whole. So I ask you this, why are you misspeaking? Why do you pretend that you speak for the entire city of Boston when what you are saying isn't even based on truth? I recommend that in the future you educate yourself more before making an official statement on behalf of the government and the community. Every time I speak, there seems to be a helicopter that comes over my head. This happened in Washington, D.C. too, when I spoke at the mother-of-all rallies. I don't know, maybe I should be offended, or maybe I should just smile about it. Maybe that means I'm saying something right, huh? Or maybe it's just coincidence. In reality, guys, fascism and Nazism have always been on the left. The founder of fascism, Benito Mussolini, the leader of the National Fascist Party, was a Marxist. Hitler was head of a party that was called the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Okay? So think about that for a second. Fascism is the ideology of the centralized state, and the right wing doesn't stand for centralized government. We stand for limited government and individual rights. So how in the world would we be called fascists and Nazis when we're not Marxists and we don't stand for anything that fascists stand for, and when it was all something that came from the left to begin with?
Steve is here.
It was also recognized to be, and this is talking about fascism, by so many American progressives, including FDR and Democrats, and the progressive icon, who's a big fan of Mussolini. So the Democrats recognize fascism. They like fascism.
Yeah, so I don't want him up here.
FDR, he actually sent members of his brain trust to fascist Italy. He regarded fascism as more progressive than the New Deal. He wanted to bring fascist ideas to America. Mussolini, for his part, was a big fan of FDR. This is the actual history of fascism. And yet, in a weird twist, the left now is trying to construct a narrative in which the fascists are now somehow right-wing. That's part of the big lie. The big lie is the idea that fascism and Nazism are on the right. They're not.
These guys they've been turning our backs on us as they were. No, we got good for these.
Antifa is infested with self-proclaimed modern-day socialists and Marxists, and yet they stand here in our public common areas with signs saying they're socialists, flipping out, calling us the fascists and the Nazis. Think about that. Just think about that. If you really stand against Nazism and fascism and racism, you're on the wrong side over there, because we're the side that stands against those things. It's us. You've been brainwashed, and you chant Nazi scum off our streets. We're not Nazis. And if you're chanting you don't like Nazis, then you're probably not really Nazis either. But then you shouldn't affiliate with socialism, Marxism, and real fascists.
No, that's his wife.
His wife.
Yeah.
Antifa, which stands for anti-fascist, is a group that's literally standing against itself. They don't even realize it. It's pure ignorance, and it's really quite embarrassing for you guys. The truth is that the left's history is blemished with racism and terrorism. We already spoke to the socialist, Marxist, fascist roots of the left. But did you know that the Democrats were the party of slavery, black codes, Jim Crow, and that miserable terrorist monstrosity, the Ku Klux Klan? In 1924, there were multiple disputes at the Democratic National Convention, one of which revolved around an attempt by non-Klan delegates led by Forney Johnston of Alabama to condemn the organization, the KKK, for its violence in the Democratic Party's platform. You hear that? The Democratic Party's platform. Klan delegates defeated the platform plank in a series of floor debates. So since the KKK won, to celebrate, tens of thousands of hooded Klansmen from the Democrat side rallied in the field in New Jersey across the river from New York City. It's called the Klan Bake, guys. That's what it's called. So you guys all vote Democrat, Socialist, Marxist, and then you claim that we're all these things that we're not. I'm sorry, I'm taking up a little bit of time here. I'm trying to finish up. On the other hand, Republicans were the party of Lincoln, Reconstruction, anti-lynching laws, and the Civil Rights Act of 1875, 1957, 1960, and 1964. Were all Republicans models of integrity on racial matters? No, hardly. Were they a heck of a lot better than the Democrats? Without question. Truthfully, the Democrats, Socialists, Communists, Marxists, and Fascists on the left have been slavishly rewriting history for decades. They don't want you to know their true history, because then all that anger and all that hatred would be directed in their direction. And they will lose even more votes than they did when President Donald J. Trump won big lead in 2016's election. Big lead. Organizations like Black Lives Matter are teaching black youth that it's okay to hate white people. It has gotten so bad that in some inner cities, black people are even just running around beating random white people, even women, while crowds of other black people laugh and film them. Let's be clear here. Racism can come from any race and can be against any other race. This white guilt nonsense has to end. So why in the world would I feel guilty about something I never did? I didn't enslave anybody. My father didn't enslave anybody. My grandfather didn't enslave anybody. My grandfather fought in World War II and the Korean War against the Nazis. Even had his ship sunk, the Susan B. Anthony. Look it up on YouTube. The only ship that had all of the people survive, and a ship that was sunk in World War II. So as I stand here before you, I have to stand up to you and tell you I'm not a racist, I'm not a Nazi. Who are you? Who are you? You don't even have the facts. You don't even stand on truth. Stop thinking that your lies are more important than the facts. I had a bunch more to say. I'm going to try to finish up so other people can speak, but let me finish here with a couple things. The United States of America experienced great victories in the days of World War II, as I was just speaking about. We fought and defeated Nazism, which was Hitler's Germany, and fascism, Mussolini's Italy. Defeating enemies such as these is what the right has always been about. And we're going to continue to defeat them. That's what America does. We stand against the bad. We stand for the good. And if somebody in our government does something wrong, we're sure to tell them about it too. All enemies, foreign and domestic, we stand against. When we talk about making America great again, we're calling for a restoration of those victorious times. That's why President Trump talks about the U.S. winning and winning bigly all the time. We have to start winning again, right?
Yeah.
How is it fair that everyone loves their country, screws over our country, and comes here illegally even, sucks us dry, and then we're wrong for wanting to fix that and make America great again? How does that make sense? So I'm here to tell you this, guys. I'm going to close out with this. The message I speak, even though it sounds angry, it might sound hateful, people might say it's negative. It's not one of hate. It's not one of negativity. It's one of positivity. It's a message to make a difference in the world, okay? Well, these people sit here and scream things that don't make any sense, try to hit people with sticks and flip out and stop the opposition, which is what fascists do, because that's what they are, okay? Part of the course, as they do that, we're standing here for love. I don't agree with half these people up here, but I agree with the other half, and I know they have the right to freedom of speech. Excuse me. So the point is, okay, that we're about love. We're not about hate, and that sounds cliche, but that's what we are. We're here to speak the truth. We're here to have our voices heard, and that's what this is about. We stand against Marxism. We stand for free speech, and people need to wake up to that. I'll close with that, guys. Thank you for your time. I had some other things to say. My speech is falling all over the place. Thanks.
All right.
Thank you, Steve.
its anti-First Amendment positions. People didn't take it serious because they thought these kids, they're not going to go out and do anything. Well, they proved they're very capable of doing things and how dangerous they are when they went out in the inauguration of this year and smashed windows in their own, very own Kristallnacht. The very thing that the Nazis did. They smashed up buildings and attacked people that were left. I'm glad to see you last day. These patriots finally knowing what anti-guys after I spent years trying to bring the land. And we need to stand for election liberty and not allow the ruling class to dictate our future and to give us a pause. They're just pause. We need to go after the ruling class and financially sponsor. And I thank you all for your time and listening to what I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
All right, folks. Thank you very much for coming out for free speech today. Woo!
I want to give a special thanks to all the Boston Police Department who are putting themselves in between the people who want to enact violence and hatred upon others and us. So thank you, Boston Police Department. I hope that this is the conclusion of today's rally. Thank all of you for coming out. The protesters who are protesting peacefully, and the supporters of us who came out to hear what we had to say. Yo! So we're marching out. The supporters of this group are marching out. Be looking for us. You're welcome to join up. I ask that you do not...
Hi, I'm Jeremy Fox. I'm a reporter for the Boston Globe, and I am here on Boston Common at the free speech rally that is ending now.
Second, and this is more...
Counter-protesters are lined up
Don't do anything.
on the other side of a couple of layers of barricades. There are only a few hundred people who are visible at this point, including many Boston police officers and also some officers from neighboring communities, including Brookline.
Thank you for coming out and join us in the spring.
The people inside this cordoned off area are about to be leaving the cordoned off area.
Soon, my friends.
And it looks entirely possible that there may be some clashes, as there have been in the past, between elements of this group, which is kind of hard to describe because it is very politically mixed, it seems, and the counter-protesters.
Hey, bring it up here real close. Come over here. Come on up. Come on up. Come on in here. Here we go. Come on in. All right, guys, listen up, all right? Here's the plan. We're going to walk back up. If you had flag poles or any flag signs or things like that, we're going to walk back to where we left that stuff. All right? From there, we're going to assemble, stay together, and we're going to head to the State House from there, okay? So, again, we're going to head back out this way to where we left our stuff. If you had signs and flagpoles, and then we're going to head to the State House. Oh, okay. All right, we're going to walk up this way and around to the State House. We're not going to walk through that mess. We're going to go up this way and around to the State House. All right, up to Beacon Street. Head out that way. Roll out!
Wait, put the banner up front.
We need the police to protect us.
Hey, stop, please. That was awesome.
No Antifa! Don't call me USA! No Antifa! No GSA! No call me USA! Yeah! Yeah! No Antifa! No GSA!
from reaching us at this entranceway. We're going to make a mad dash, try to make sure that no one gets hurt.
USA! 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 USA!
It's here to stay. It's here to stay.
Yeah, it is.
Look at all those zombies.
So again, you can see a very large number of police are here. And probably more police officers than people who actually participated in the free speech rally. Though both groups, I would say, are outnumbered by counter-protesters. Though it is probably just a few hundred, a much smaller group than came to the free speech protest in August.
What's a Nazi? What's a Nazi? What's a Nazi or revolution? The revolution has no revolution. You have no evolution in you. We welcome the communists.
Participants in the rally are now making their way toward the State House. Is concern about conflict, potentially violent, between participants in the rally and counter-protesters.
Antifa causing chaos at a simple First Amendment demonstration. None of these police would be necessary without the damn communists.
Speech, free 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 speech. Blue lives matter. 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 And remember, the only ones that should be booking the police, they're the spouses. USA! 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 Love you, Blue!
Hey, here's one of your house. Thank you.
Thank you! Hey,
Raise the flag. Raise the flag. Raise the flag.
All right! Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Looks like I'm going to have to get somebody else's money. Let's go drink up.
Yeah,
They're about to start Bengal Banner. Not a fucking fight.
black man.
No more. No DSA. No commie USA.
No marks, no TSA, no commie USA. No marks, no TSA, no commie USA. No marks.
Say no to globalism! Say no to Soros!
Soros puppet, Soros slave. Soros puppet, Soros slave. Soros puppet. Those people you see out there are known as Sorosites. They are the Sorosites. They are working for Soros, and they don't even know who he is. A Nazi-loving Jew.
Hey, let's get a Jew!
CNN
is bananas. CNN is bananas. America, stand for freedom. CNN loves Russia. Stand against Nazism, against racism. That's what we do. Stand with us. Fascism is the communist revolutionary Communist Party. Oh, you have to see what's going on. Take off your mask. Wear masks and protest. Get rid of them. Take off your mask. 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 in 2013, in October 2015, Quentin Tarantino spoke at a revolutionary communist event. You can see that it's reached to Hollywood. I like to call them Hollywood.
Causing an incident. Why are you so upset at stuff you don't understand? What are you mad at? What do you think we are?
Thank you, guys. You know, I'm the guy that filed the lawsuit against the city of Boston. I didn't get the injunction, but I noticed 4 things happened today, and I think it was a result of the lawsuit. First, unlike August, no speaker that wanted to speak, that was a scheduled speaker, was prevented from speaking. Second, our audience was allowed to participate. We were deprived of an audience last time. Third, you see media all around us. The media was isolated for us. And we had amplification. That's why you need lawyers that fight for the First Amendment. Today was a victory for the First Amendment, and I'm proud of the way today went down. God bless you all. Most of you are totally on the opposite side of the political spectrum. There's probably very little between me, you, and Carl, but we both stand for the First Amendment and free expression. We all stand for freedom of expression. We all stand for the marketplace of ideas. I love you all. God bless you.
God bless you, and thank you for using the megaphone. Remember that, megaphone. Will Tammy please come forward? Tammy Lee, please come forward.
Tammy Lee! Tammy Lee!
Let them know what's going on.
Hey everybody, I got a little something I want y'all to hear. I think y'all can appreciate this. Sing it. How about we sing it, you guys?
That was great.
Ready?
Yeah, it's gonna.
Can I go away from you?
No, it's not gonna work. Wait.
Do I have to hold this? Not loud enough? Yeah, I
What's it, Madison Rising?
Madison Rising.
Hold on. Before I go back. Alright guys, can I say something? I just want to talk to you guys real quick. I'm from New York City, Brooklyn, New York, and I can't believe I'm out here right now with all these great patriots and where it all started. Well, I would say about a little more than 200 years ago. I don't write speeches or anything like that. I just speak like whatever I'm feeling right now. What I'm feeling is that this is beautiful, you know. This is us standing up for our flag against people that are so confused right now, that are in college campuses being lied to by their leftist professors. Now, when you say united we stand, I do believe that, united we stand. This is not we the politics, we the party, this is we the people. So we need to stand together as Americans and understand, unfortunately, that group over there that hates us are part American. And if they're not American, trust me, they want to be, okay? This is the land of opportunity, this is the land of freedom. I believe in equality when it comes to opportunity, but not outcome. You get as much as you put in, remember that, okay? And I'm out here right now with you guys, and I say it all the time, I'm a hardcore patriot from New York City, and I'll go to whatever city I have to go to and wave the American flag to let them know that they cannot take this country, they cannot take our voices. We are here to let them know, united we stand, divided we build a wall, and it's going to be a beautiful wall. We're going to have solar panels, alright? We're out here, and you got to understand something, guys, not to hate them. Feel sorry for them. Help them. Give them the red pill. Show them the truth. And I'm telling you right now, they will be set free. Right now, they're being lied to. All right? They don't know what gender they are. They don't even know what race they are. They are the human race, and they're killing each other right now. This is what communism did. Communism killed their own people. So we have to stand up and tell them, listen, we don't want to see you kill yourself, okay? But you're going in that direction, especially when you're very hateful people, okay? Yeah, we're not racist, we're not white supremacists. I don't care what color you are. All I care about is the red, white, and blue. And that's all in this country together, okay? I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what gender you are, which two of them, of course. And remember, guys, I love all genders, okay? Both of them are great. And you gotta understand something. We're having such a great time. We are the Republican Party. We are the political party that parties. They are the Democratic plantation. Yes, Martin Luther King was a Republican. Frederick Douglass was a Republican. The first black in Congress were Republicans.
Police force.
Now remember, Blue Lives Matter. The only ones that should be fucking the police are their spouses. Let's have a good time, guys. We're in Boston, Massachusetts, and we're going to tell them, no Marxist, no socialism. Sorry, guy, where'd he go? Bernie boy, Bernie bro. Sorry, Bernie bro.
Is this thing on? How do I work this? Is this thing on?
I want them
Can you guys hear me?
I have a question for Antifa.
Can I come over there?
Can you guys hear me? I got one question. I got one question for Antifa. Here's my question.
It is.
Love you. Love you, brother. All lives matter. Love you.
Can you hear me now? I got one question for Antifa because we're all over here being racist and Nazi, neo-Nazis, communists. Let me ask you a question. I just came back from 2 months free working in Harvey, Texas, hurricane relief. I saw not one liberal down there working with me with a group of Cambodians for 2 solid months. Now, if I'm a Nazi, if I'm a neo, whatever you want to call me, will I get a Cambodian tattoo on my hand that says one family? Because it's one family.
That's right.
And where were you? I didn't see one liberal, fascist, Antifa put a hand out and sacrifice 2 months for free to help out another human race. So before you label me a Nazi, you better think about who you're talking to. This is Tammy Lee, and I'm an fucking American.
Should address BLM. Like we just we should fucking
Alright, I just want to say, we are wearing hats that say Make America Great Again. Understand, when you say Make America Great Again, it's not a preference of religion, it's not a preference of race, it's not a preference of gender, it's a preference of principle, and that is America first. But remember, just because we say America first, we do not mean America only, and we will help others out too. We'll help America, the United States of America, and then we'll help every other country out there. Alright folks, and listen, there should be no reason why we need to come out here and shout Black Lives Matter. We know Black Lives Matter. There's black lives in this group right now. And I can care less what color you are. I'm worried about what's in your mind, okay? That's what makes you who you are. Not the skin color, not your religion, not your gender, but what's in your mind, okay? I'm focused on diversity of thought, not diversity of color. I could give a damn about your color. And I always said this before, America's not colorblind. They're blind by color. And we have to stand up against that, okay? It's not about that right now. What's it about is unity, understanding that we are all American, even those guys over there, unfortunately. But stand together. All lives matter. And we are saying all lives indeed matter. Okay? All lives matter. All lives matter. All lives matter. All lives matter.
All lives matter.
Let's do a chant that's funny so you know we can have a good time. Don't be pretenders, there's only two genders. 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 Thank you to the 3%ers out here too, doing their thing, you know. Just be a hardcore patriot. That's it. Stand up for your flag, stand up for your nation, stand up for your president. He's your president.
Social construct that doesn't exist. There is no gender. Gender does not exist. Only sex exists. Gender is made up.
Would anybody like to speak on the megaphone? Anybody want to speak on the megaphone?
I'd like to speak.
Who would like to speak on the megaphone?
I would like to speak. This loud?
You want to speak?
Yes. Yes. How's this?
All right, awesome.
What? I'd like to take my notes out. Oh, you got notes? That's my sheet.
You would understand these people are the furthest thing away from fascism. There are no fascists who stand in this area. First Amendment rights and freedom of speech are not a fascist principle. They're a classical liberal principle. The anti-fascist action, you're not an anarchist movement because you have so many Marxists in it. Your history actually is associated to Marxism. Is that to deflect attention? Create the perception that anarchism or
Police are using their bodies and bicycles to create a wall between the anti-fascist group and the nationalist group that assembled outside the State House.
Behind the officers. Back away from behind the officers, please. Guys, stay back behind the officers, please, guys.
Hey, can you skip back on Danny?
Guys, bring it back. Guys,
Back it up, please, guys. Please back it up. Give us some room. Come on, please. Thank you.
I'm one of those who
I feel bad for you guys. You're fighting for something you don't even understand. Why do you need a mask? Take it off.
Take it off.
None of us are masks.
mask on.
None of us got a mask. Oh,
Take off your mask.
Exactly.
And a man and a woman.
Fuck off, Gabriel. Fuck you, Gabriel. And don't worry, I'm not Gabriel Brown, you idiot.
Better motherfucker.
Go have a way, Gabriel.
Fuck you, fascist dimwit.
You're the fascist. You guys don't get that by now? The use violence to suppress free speech. That's the definition of fascism.
I look anything like
Fascism is a leftist
I don't know who that
ideology.
is, man. Your group is so small and inconsequential. Huh?
Does anyone know who my name is, by the way? Does anyone know who my name is?
Get a job!
I think that's you guys. That's what you
We're not fascists. Where's the American Guard people, the SS neck tattoos? On the soccer field in New Hampshire, where we see them all the time. But you don't associate with fascists, right?
All you guys do is try to find one bad person.
Gays for Trump! 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 LGBT right here! Right here! Come at me! You know why? Because you know why? I don't fit in your agenda! I don't fit in your agenda of white supremacy and Nazism, whatever you like saying. For Trump, it exists. It exists. It exists. I'm a gay person. I'm a gay person.
Has trampled your rights. You know what happens in Marxist societies?
He's your president too. Hey, I just want to say something. I don't want to like. I don't want to like.
Let's go this way, guys. Let's go. Let's go this way. March this way. March this way. March this way. Hey, let's go.
You better wake up to this before you find out the reality. This has happened in every Marxist country. It's been taken over. Good night, Captain. Have a good day. You're the first wave. Anything, I see you, buddy.
If you build it, then I know it is.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her.
Let's go. We need
The ocean.
Growing up as a kid. Mexican
Heads up, in the way. You get run over.
walking certain blocks because it was their block. It's the same fucking retard gangster mentality.
Stephanie, what do you got?
Or just put it sideways on you.
Hey, watch your side roads.
I don't want to. So, yeah.
Enemy Nazis, go home! Hey, fuck Nazis! Fuck Nazis! Remember, you say fuck Nazis, you fucking Nazis. MMA Nazis, is that what they said? I guess that means you like what?
Where are we headed to? Where are they bringing us?
Anti-Nazi.
I would have done the same. Yeah. They're so non-biased. Which one? I like this guy. This guy has on. Peace and love. Anti-communism. Look at that. Kyle Chapman's leading the field like he did in May. We should just walk until we get to that side. You talk wherever Kyle Chapman. Hey, hold on.
Is that a live stream? Yeah. Peace, love, anti-communism.
Where are you from?
I'm from the Brockton area.
What brought you out here today?
Antifa, Black Lives Matter, and just communist and socialist groups in general. They tend to try and silence people via force. We don't like that. We don't want that. There's no room in America for that. And they try and call us white supremacists, this, that, the other thing. I mean, come on. The first thing I put on this shirt was a swastika crossed out. I don't like Nazis. Nobody likes Nazis. I don't even think Nazis like Nazis. They don't even agree with each other half the time.
But there are people in America today who call themselves Nazis.
Yeah, jackasses. I definitely don't agree with them. I don't think there's room for them in America, but at the same time, they're here, and I can't do anything about that personally other than saying, hey, I disagree. I don't like you. Please don't talk to me. And I'd have no problem with Antifa if that's all they did, but they like to use fists.
So earlier, people were calling for people to take off their masks. Can I ask why your face is covered?
Well, Antifa, they like to use the tactics on us that they don't like used on them. You see, they cover their faces because they're afraid of being doxxed, but they like to dox us. So we're wearing these today so they can't get our faces.
Do you feel like today's rally was a success?
I think so, yeah. So long as the mainstream media doesn't blow it up into something it wasn't, I think we'll be fine. The only people who got violent were Antifa, just like August.
Who wears the pants and who wears the yoga pants? I want to know. How does her boyfriend's taste? How does her boyfriend's taste?
Can I watch this live stream when I get home? Is it on YouTube?
Yeah, it's the Boston Globe.
Anything with mangoes, you're wrong.
I do like mango.
Thank you for your help.
Yeah, you actually are, real peach.
I'm a peach.
You're a real peach. You're a real peach. No, peaches.
How can the media in this country argue? Well, there's...
Kaiser, he also knows how to charge camera batteries up.
We're not saying the white Nazis are not Nazis, but we're saying that communism is not the solution either. I prefer a third option. The option is...
Those commie fascists gotta go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Those commie fascists gotta go!
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The commie fascists got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The commie fascists got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The commie fascists got to go!
I think definitely pretty soon I want to be here right now.
I don't want to be outside right now.
Oh. Sorry,
It's cold.
I was trying to tease you, but I guess that. Never mind.
Who are you with? Oh, the Globe.
Yeah. Why are you out here today?
I'm out here because on August 19th, a bunch of Antifa people tried to kill me. And I don't believe in kowtowing the terrorists.
Tell me what happened.
Well, I was in the bandstand, and several thousand people, according to the media, about 40,000 people, gathered around the bandstand. Then they had to shuffle us in the paddy wagons. While I was in the paddy wagon, I heard people shouting, "Let them walk! Let them walk! Let them walk!" And then they started banging rocks against it, banging rocks against the paddy wagon. Now, it could be that I totally misread the situation, but the way it felt at the time, it felt to me like they were trying to tip over the car I was in, and I was afraid for my life. I was very scared. And
I call that terrorism. They dress like ISIS.
I guess
some of these movements work with
it might sound like unfair to assume they were trying to kill me. I don't want to be, seen as someone who's slandering people I disagree with, because that's what they do, and I don't want to be like that. But the way it felt, whatever they were after, they intimidated me, and all this has done has made me want to defend free speech even more.
So, there's been a lot of talk about free speech today. Not a lot beyond that, at least from the speakers on the bandstand. What is the besides being able to exercise your First Amendment rights? What is the larger message, or what else is it that you hope to accomplish?
Well,
I mean, what is the outcome when you do voice your opinions?
Well, the reason I got into free speech in the first place, and I honestly don't know how to turn the megaphone off, it's weird. The reason I got into free speech in the first place is I was reading about all these speakers on college campuses who were being shut down through the heckler's veto. People like Milo Yiannopoulos, Ben Shapiro, Ann Coulter, Charles Murray. You don't have to like any of these people. Christina Hoff Sommers, that's another one. You don't have to like any of these people. Obviously, I do like some of them. That's how I found out about this. But even if you don't like these people, you shouldn't support, people using the threat of violence to silence them. That's not what America is.
Can you tell me where you come from? Do you live in the Boston area?
I live south of Boston. I don't want to get too specific.
Okay.
Oh, what? What?
You're existing. Thank you.
Oh, my God. On and glitter. What are you leaving the streets? What, are you not taking the streets anymore? Oh, what, are you giving up the streets now? What's...
Ladies and gentlemen, Vermin Supreme.
What kind of revolution? What kind of... Why are you on this? Stop resisting yourself. Stop resisting yourself. Stop resisting yourself. Authoritarianism and totalitarianism should not be favored. They should not be the solutions to a free society. I believe. What happened to the streets, y'all? How come you're not taking the streets anymore? Did the po-po's take it out of the streets or something? I mean, are you... Well, streets we won, Vermin Supreme. Okay, well, but now you're licking their boots, right? Okay. Yeah. Probably not bad advice. People don't like Nazis and fascism. You used to be funny, Vermin Supreme. I used to be cool. I believe that totalitarian communism is a good, viable solution.
You were given that option.
I heard the invitation.
Listen. We're just right next door to the hospital area. So,
okay.
So we're all set. So I'll talk to you guys later on. Head back down the common. The party's still going. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.
I'll see you.
Thanks. I'm Vermin Supreme, president of the fucking Nazi Association.
This is
free, man. Yes. Yeah, quick moment. I'm on my way to catch my train. Okay. Today's match, beautiful, lovely, vigorous.
Hey, take care. I gotta head out, but.
Enjoy. You gotta keep walking.
All right. No, thank you.
Let's go. There's going to be cars coming out. We're going to open it up.
Thank you, Boston Police, for helping us get here safely. Thank you.
Actually, we're going back to the common.
Only Jeff Sessions, who doesn't have a record of running police accountable, and generally encourages the idea of making certain groups into gangs. Extremists now, but then on the other time it could be I see bands posse, but like that state of union is trying to control people that way, and then give them negative, like, I don't know, your ideology. I don't want you to lose your job because of your ideology as long as you're not going to my rights. But and the fact that Trump is directly going after the livelihood of myself and my friends and my loved ones means that I feel like I have to fight.
Sounds like in regards to the police and revealed information I don't. So I don't really know what to say. I'm glad that we're having a civil conversation. It was what I expected you to split me off there.
No, that's totally fine. I get it.
The cuts, generally speaking, I believe that lower taxes is a good thing. I think that we have too many programs and we're going deeper and deeper into that.
Okay.
And I think the solution, I think it's a philosophical difference on this slide. I know, but I think that I see taxation as a form of theft. It's not voluntary.
Yes.
Charity, voluntary charity is not theft because you're choosing. The taxes, you're not choosing to give up your money. The government's taking money from you.
Yes.
So I believe that taxation is immoral, and not only is it immoral, but we're not even taxing enough to pay for things that we're doing.
Okay.
We're going, the debt just gets bigger and bigger, so it gets bigger and bigger.
No, but you're right. The debt is very high. It shouldn't be that way, and they should find a way to balance the budget in a way that they're not requiring people to be paid over 20% of their income to something that then they don't have any control over the money being spent.
I do think we need some social safety net programs. I don't think people should be going hungry. I don't think people should be dying in the streets. But I think that this whole welfare system has gotten too big. And so, generally speaking, as terrible as it may sound to you, I do agree with that stuff.
Okay. Well, what do you think about the fact that under those policies, under the current budget that he has right now, people who are making less than $40,000 will pay 25%
That is bad.
So that's directly affecting me. Like, I make less than $25,000 a year. That means that my tax burden would go up from 15% to 25%. I mean, 10% more in taxes, even though I live in the But that's the current
Look, I have a freaking blue light panel. Dude, yeah, pass the last one that's solidified. And I'm a fucking
This is winding down now, and it looks like folks are preparing to start to go home. So for now, this is Jeremy Fox for the Boston Globe signing off.